My name is Taylor Boyston, and my my subjective exam is over a moral dilemma, aestheticism, and I was comparing Dorian Gray, the picture of Dorian Gray, the novel, and the film of it, and this is my subjective exam video. So my research question was, why does society value outer appearances throughout time, from the novel Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde to the 2009 film recreation of this novel? And my thesis answering that question was, aestheticism can be seen throughout the novel and film adaptation of Dorian Gray in many different ways. When I was choosing this topic, I saw that everybody else was doing comparing and contrasting, like a character versus a character in a different movie, or a movie to a completely different thing, and I wanted to focus my research paper over more of like a topic than comparing and contrasting, because I didn't want to do something that everybody else was doing. I wanted to do something that challenged me in a different way. So my first point that I made about how aestheticism can be seen throughout the novel and the film was corruption. At first, Dorian Gray was just a normal kid. He had a troubled past, but overall, he was just a normal person, and his parents were already dead, and then I think his father died, and he left him with a fortune, if I remember correctly. He left him with a fortune, so he inherited this house, and then from being there, he met all these different people, and he met this guy Basil, who wanted to paint a portrait of him. Like, he just could not believe how much beauty that Dorian had. So he painted a portrait of him, and in comes Lord Henry Wotton, and he I'm not going to say he was a bad person, but he just had a completely different set of morals as, the normal person did back in those days. And when Dorian met Lord Henry, he really saw some new perspectives. Like, he found out some new ideas that he had never even thought of or heard of before, and that's where aestheticism comes in, because Lord Henry really lived that. And what aestheticism is, it's like taking pleasure in everything that you can by seeing the beauty in things. And Lord Henry did that to the fullest. Like, in every aspect, he just did whatever he wanted, and he was just living life as best as he could. And so he's really the one who corrupted Dorian by introducing to him this different way of life. And the ultimate price, when Dorian found out about this new way of living, he went so far as to make a deal with the devil to give his soul in order to get back immortality, and just to be able to do whatever he wanted and not have to suffer physical consequences by it. He made that deal with the devil. And so the portrait that Basil painted, any harm that came upon him or any kind of aging or anything went on the portrait, and Dorian himself stayed in his his beauty. And that was the whole point of it, was to stay young and beautiful and not have to worry about any kind of damage done to him, and not just do whatever he wanted and take those risks, because he wouldn't die from getting stabbed or any circumstance that could have happened. And indulgence. So after he made that deal and he realized that he was able to do anything that he wanted, he really took full advantage of that, and even maybe went too far, as any type of morals that he had before this happened were just gone. And he used prostitutes, he was drinking, doing drugs, and in my opinion, it was really the drugs and the drinking and all that stuff that is just such a different way of living than what he started off with. And I think that that's what really led to him ultimately destroying himself. Like, he took so much pleasure in these things that he completely lost himself, and he ended up destroying the portrait, therefore killing himself. And for my evaluation for the class and stuff, I think that my role in the class was beneficial to myself and my peers. I really enjoyed getting edits for my papers because I like seeing somebody else's perspective and pointing out mistakes that I didn't even know that I made. And I also liked editing other people's papers and reading them because, like I said, it kind of gave me a new perspective on what we were really trying to learn. And I think that this class was overall, any type of issues with, like if I didn't understand something or if I needed to turn something in and I ended up turning it in late, I feel like this class was understanding in that way, because any types of issues that I had, I could just email you and you would understand, or you would help me with what I didn't understand. And I think that also in my school, I go to Crane High School, and in my school, I'm in a classroom with all my peers who also take this class, and it was great to have them because they always help me, and any kind of question that I needed to have answered, they could usually answer it for me. And then if we all got together and we still didn't understand it, then we would ask you. And at this point of the year, when the class is just about over, I definitely feel like I've made a huge amount of progress compared to the beginning of this course. In the beginning, I wasn't really sure what this class was supposed to be about. I didn't know what I was supposed to be learning. And my writing skills definitely were not what they are today. And I think that I've learned a lot over the course of this class. And the way that I write and the way that I think about what I'm going to write about and do my research and everything has just improved a lot, like over the course of this class. And I hope that the skills that I've learned in this class will help me in the future with whatever other writing classes or English classes that I take in the future.